Australia is experiencing its worst housing shortage in decades, and property investors who understand this trend can position themselves for opportunities right now. With skyrocketing rent and a severe lack of available properties, investors who is ready to take action could see significant gains. In this video, I will break down what's happening in the housing market and why this matters for investors, and how you can turn this crisis into an opportunity with smart investment moves. Hi, my name is Eric Lee. I'm an accountant with 15 years of experience, and I became a real estate agent to help people to build wealth, not just prepare tax returns like most accountants. With dual expertise, I help property investors in everything from setting up tax-effective investment strategies to acquiring high-performing properties. Unlike online gurus, I uphold the highest standards as an accountant, helping people to avoid costly mistakes. So if you want to learn about property investment, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. Let's start with the numbers. In 2024, Australia added approximately 168,000 new dwellings. But here's the problem. The government's target is 1.2 million new homes in 5 years. That means we need to be building $240,000 home per year. And we are falling far short of the goal. But what about the near future? Can we expect more houses to be built soon? Unlikely. If we look at dwelling approval figures, we can see what's coming down the pipeline. According to the ABS dwelling approval data, new housing approvals are 24% below the decade average. That means fewer new homes are even getting the green light for construction. And fewer approvals today means an even tighter housing market in the coming years. So, in simple terms, we are already in a housing shortage crisis, and it is only going to get worse. Why does this matter for investors? This all comes down to the basic rule of supply and demand. When there's plenty of supply, like lots of homes available, buyers have more choices, and prices tend to stay stable or even drop. But when the supply is low, as we're seeing now, buyers are forced to compete, which drives prices higher. And right now, demand is strong, but supply is critically low, which means property values are going one way, up. And on top of this, the recent rate cut fueled potential buyers to get back into the market. I don't believe that the rate cut has significantly impacted on affordability yet, given that it was only 0.25%. But the demand is all about human psychology, and expectation of further rate cuts have already started influencing potential buyers. Yes, the interest rate is still high, and it puts pressure on affordability. But people still need a roof over their heads, and the demand is nowhere near weak. As you can see in this data, there's a huge gap between dwelling completion and the population change. And this indicates that this is not just about the numbers of properties for purchase, but also we are going through the rental crisis because of lack of homes. The latest rental vacancy data from SQM Research shows the national vacancy rate fell 0.5 percentage points in January to just 1%, with the number of homes available for rent across Australia dropping from 47,336 to 31,822. This is 32.77% drop. It is actually absolutely crazy. But unfortunately, this is not going to be better anytime soon. Of course, a housing shortage is not good news for everyone. But from an economic perspective, the fundamentals are clear. A severe supply shortage naturally pushes property prices higher. And for investors who understand this, there's a major opportunity ahead. So now the question comes down to how can investors take advantage of this situation? The housing shortage is a crisis, and there is no doubt about that. But for people who take actions, it is actually an opportunity to set themselves up for the long-term success. It is just a matter of which side you are standing by. Will you be an action taker or spectator? The numbers don't lie. Australia's housing market is in critical shortage, and investors who act strategically can benefit from this reality. However, I'm not trying to say every suburb in Australia will have a price increase, and this supply shortage alone is not and should not be the only factor to be considered when you choose the right properties. Property investment is not about just buying a property, and you should approach it strategically. You need to know your financial situation and borrowing capacity, and you also need to use the right ownership and loan structures even before you actually start searching for a property. Like any other products or services, there is no one-size-fits-all. So the best investment property to someone may not be suitable for others. I strongly recommend you to have tailored and solid plans and strategies and do proper due diligence before signing a purchase contract. If you need assistance, you can reach out to me and using the contact information in the description. So thank you for watching today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.